James Young of East Canton, Ohio, would have never imagined that the last exciting thing he would do in his life would be to take a roller coaster ride. But that was exactly what happened to James. He was having a great day with his friends at Cedar Point amusement park, took a few rides, and at the end, his life was sealed by the powerful Raptor Rollercoaster. He didn't even die on the Raptor, but destiny followed him and the ride managed to kill him mere minutes after he got off it. 45-year-old James Young was a teacher and a gentle soul that got out of his way to help his students, and he used to go as far as buying shoes, jackets, and even tickets to the prom for the poorest ones. His mission in life was to help special needs students in every way he can. But that is how life works. The best of people often leave early to join the departed. It's as if God is in a rush to reward them for their good deeds. Stay tuned for all the details of James Young's heartbreaking death by the Raptor Rollercoaster at the Cedar Point theme park in Sandusky, Ohio. Every year, James Young and a group of friends organized a trip to Cedar Point amusement park. It was a good choice, because the massive 364-acre amusement park, which is located on the Lake Erie peninsula in Sandusky, Ohio, is considered the second oldest operating amusement park in the US, and is a very thrilling and exciting place that is absolutely worth visiting, not just once, but many times a year, by the young and young at heart alike. Cedar Point is quite something, so no wonder James loved going there. It is even the flagship of the Cedar Fair amusement park chain. It features a whopping 16 roller coasters, and thus it earned the nickname America's Roller Coast. Roller coaster fans from around the US and even the world are currently awaiting the opening of a 17th roller coaster dubbed Wild Mouse, which will open in May of this year at Cedar Point. And as for the Raptor Rollercoaster that killed James Young in a rather horrific and sad incident, it is a steel inverted roller coaster designed by Bolliger and Mabillard and began operations in May 1994. James really liked the park and the majestic bird of prey themed Raptor ride, which he had taken many times before over the years, because since its inception it was unique and one of a kind. It broke many records in its early years for being the tallest and longest inverted roller coaster in the world. It has a total of 6 heart-stopping inversions, including a COBRA roll, which was a first for an inverted roller coaster. It is so stunning, fast, and surprising. Riders who have a history of recent heart surgery, heart trouble, high blood pressure, neck or back trouble, or any other serious conditions are strongly advised to not take it, because it simply is too dangerous and not designed for the weak at heart. No wonder James Young loved this roller coaster and other crazy rides at Cedar Point, and made special plans to take the long drive every now and then just to get that thrill that probably helped him vent some steam, because in his line of work he used to see far too many injustices inflicted on young kids due to poverty and other issues that simply should not exist in a rich and advanced place like America. On Thursday, August 13th, 2015, James Young and a group of friends were at the Cedar Point theme park. Their day was fine, and they did not run into any trouble, nor did any of the rides they took malfunction. At around 4:40 p.m., the group decided to head to the famous and dangerous Raptor roller coaster. It was fun. They got their fix of adrenaline rush, and everything about the Raptor was extremely fun, as promised by the park. However, at 5 p.m. and mere minutes after James got off the Raptor, he decided to scale a fence around the structure of the Raptor that is designed to keep patrons away. What he did was nothing like him and not of his character. Some say that the only reason he did it instead of asking the park staff for help, that he was still feeling the thrill and adrenaline rush from the ride he just got off. Anyway, he had his reasons to jump the fence and enter a restricted and dangerous area below the Raptor. His reason for doing, as per his friends, was to retrieve some personal items, including his phone and keys that fell off him while taking the ride minutes earlier. James knew where to look for his items and headed to a particular spot to retrieve them. Little did he know that the spot where he headed was a very dangerous area, because the inverted roller coaster's train goes very close to the ground there and would smash into anything in its way. The Raptor train travels extremely fast, which means that James probably did not hear or see the train coming his way, or he simply assumed that it does not go close to the ground, since it is an inverted ride. Soon, the train smashed into him hard, and he died instantly from multiple wounds. James was gone. Just like that, a teacher like no other, a man who was loved by all his students, simply died. The ride operator immediately stopped the ride, leaving the patrons hanging about 20 feet in the air. Fortunately, no one on the train was injured. The park staff, paramedics, and police officers rushed to the scene and even tried to revive James minutes after the incident, but he was simply gone. There was nothing that they could do. Investigators commenced work immediately, questioning witnesses and reviewing still images of the incident. They concluded that there was nothing wrong with the roller coaster and it was perfectly fine. Additionally, they confirmed that James Young scaled the fence and entered a danger zone where he was simply not supposed to be, and the metallic bottom of the ride's train struck him, causing instant death. The ride resumed operations the next day, which caused many people to become upset, but the park argued that there was nothing wrong with the roller coaster. The investigators and inspectors had completed their work, and that it is an in-demand ride, and they cannot just shut it down, since it is part of the massive park and resort. Everyone who knew James described him as kind-hearted and full of life. His family, friends, students, and the community could not believe what had happened to this good soul. His uncle, Jack Spencer, was mystified by James' behavior and simply couldn't believe that he would break the rules and jump a fence to enter a restricted area. He simply placed it as something out of James' character, for he was quite intelligent and not into pulling stunts. Sadly, the incident also meant that James could not start his newly acquired job as a high school guidance counselor at SEBRING High School. According to his parents, he was quite excited about his new dream job because, just like in his previous jobs as an interventionist specialist, he just wanted to make a positive change in the lives of young people. James also used to love the outdoors and often spent time camping and fishing with his friends. His mother said later, while trying to come to terms with the tragedy, that James was tall and probably thought he could just jump the fence fast, sprint to get his stuff, and be on his way. There was a less serious incident at Cedar Point Park involving the Raptor roller coaster that took place on Monday, June 22nd, 2015. On that day, a patron who had been frequenting the park for 14 years received numerous stitches after receiving a major 4 inches long cut to his legs while trying to enter the Raptor's entrance gate. The park blamed 37-year-old Theron Dannemiller for the unfortunate incident. However, Theron rejected their claim and stated that he'd been on all rides in the park and been frequenting it for 14 years and knows exactly how the system works. He blamed poorly trained ride operators that appeared confused about how to open the metal gate as he slashed his leg, trying to free it. Are you a fan of Cedar Point in Sandusky, Ohio? Have you tried some or all of their 16 roller coasters? And what do you think of the park and its safety measures? Let us know in the comments section below. Thank you for watching. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, and hit the bell button to get notified every time we upload a new video that will take you to the heart of the scenes and mysteries of some of the most terrifying incidents, accidents, disasters, and paranormal events from around the world.